Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today what I have for you is episode 4 of my Football Manager 23 save with FC Eindhoven. If you do go on to enjoy today's video, please make sure to drop a like on there for me. If you could try and hit 20 likes on today's episode, that would be massively appreciated. Subscribe if you are new as well. We are now on the road to 700 subscribers, so please make sure you are subscribed if you haven't already with that post notification bell on. It's free to do so and it does massively help out. Don't forget as well to drop a comment down in the comment section down below to help boost the video in the YouTube algorithm. Now, since you were last with us, we've been on an unbelievable run of form. We've had the World Cup break. We've even made a signing as well. We're in a very, very good position at this moment in time. I think we're 6-7 points clear at the top of the league. We have signed a centre half though, so let's waste no further time. Drop a like on the video if you haven't already. Subscribe if you're new, and let's get into it. Starting out then with our signing, it is obviously a very old man. Seren Gonther has come in on a deal until the end of the season on £1,600 a week. 3.5 star current ability, 35 years of age, brings great experience, but he's 6'1", 14 jumping reach, looks very nice, 16 determination, 14 positioning, 14 tackling, 13 marking, and 13 heading. He's come in, he's only played the one competitive appearance so far, and he did impress me quite a lot, but 35 years of age on a deal until the end of the season, I think that just made sense for all parties. In terms of how we've got on then, since the last episode, the last game you saw was this 4-3 win away at ADO Den Haag. Since then, we had a 2-0 win at home to TOP Oz. We also had a 1-1 draw away at Hercules Almelo. We had a 5-0 win at home to Hoek in the Dutch Cup first round, a 2-2 draw at home to Jong at PSV, a 2-0 win away at Jong Utrecht, a 4-0 win away at PEC Zwolle, and then we had a 2-1 win at home to Telstar. Then we had the World Cup break, so we played a couple of friendlies where we had a 2-1 defeat at home to Feyenoord, a 0-0 draw at home to Go Ahead Eagles, a 2-0 win at home to Helmond, an 8-0 win at home to Rodder Boys, before most recently beating Blackburn Rovers at 4-1 in that match. In today's episode then, we have the two games post-World Cup. We have DE Graafschap away from home, then we also have VVV Venlo, who are also at home in that one as well. So we're playing a Sunday and then a Friday. The team are feeling good, they're feeling confident. We did also actually get an injury to our goalkeeper. I don't think that was in the last episode, but yeah, he's going to be out for another 3 to 7 weeks, which is obviously not ideal. But Borgmans he's done okay so far. He looks like a fairly decent keeper. He's there until the end of next season. 20 years of age, he could maybe potentially develop into a very nice player. But let's waste no further time then, get into the first game of today's episode. Let's get into it. Now, I don't actually remember doing this, but Julius Koch looks like he's going to be our next signing. It's not officially going to come through until the 1st of January, which is a couple of weeks. I think there is already some deals in place for players to, I don't think come in, but there is certainly some deals in place to go out the door. Julius Koch is actually currently playing for the team we're playing in the next game. Oh, no, he's actually playing for their second team, which does actually make sense. But either way, he's going to be coming in, 19 years of age, 2-star current ability, centre-half. Looks like a very good player, 4-star, potentially 4.5-star potential. On a free transfer, he'll come in, play for our reserves, and it's just another youngster in through the door. Looks like a decent player, but he'll officially join the club on the 1st of January. And Janssen has been taken ill. That's not ideal. I mean, he's not really playing all too much. He's our backup left back and centre half. He's not the greatest, to be honest with you. Might be a player we look to move on in January, if not the summer. So he's not the end of the world, but we are going to send him home for 2 weeks just so he doesn't spread it around to the changing rooms and all that sort of stuff. But a virus is obviously not ideal. Here we have it then. Here's how we line up for today's game away at De Graafschap. We've got Borgmans in goal. Bertrams is kind of available for today's game. Well, he's available. He's still injured, so I'm just going to leave him on the bench for this one. So we've got Borgmans in goal. A back four of Eugenia, Pejnenberg, Gonther and Rigo. We've got Van Dorm and Dorker in the midfield, Perzin on the right, Koku on the left. We've got Dikia's maker in behind Diaby Fadiga, who's now on 20 goals in all competitions. This man is on absolutely fantastic form. Azagari has also picked up some sort of an illness, which is not the end of the world. It was just food poisoning rather than a virus that the other player got, was his name Janssen. So yeah, not ideal, but neither of them two are really finding themselves playing too much first team football at this moment in time. But I expect 3 points in this one. We might be away from home, but they're 19th in the table. We're currently, I want to say, 4 points clear with a game in hand. So we're in a very, very good position. At the start of the season, the aim was just to try and maybe finish in the top half, potentially have an outside chance at the playoffs. But because of how well Diaby Fadiga has been doing, we have found ourselves pretty comfortably top of the league at this moment in time. And I'm clearly winning over the players game by game. As more time goes on, the players seem to be warming to me a little bit more, because when I'm giving them pre-match speeches and all that sort of stuff. They seem to be getting motivated, which is obviously great to see. They're going with a 4-2-3-1 formation. I was actually unable to sort out the face pack. I really do apologise about that. I don't really know what's going wrong with it, but at some point, I'm just going to hope that potentially, eventually, sometime down the line, all the players' faces just come back. But as you can see, we've guaranteed a playoff spot after only 16 games, which I don't really understand because we're not that far ahead from the last playoff spot. So I don't really understand how it works too much, to be honest with you. But we are now underway for today's game as De Jong picks it up here. Probably not the one who's playing for Barcelona, but the opposition coming forward. Valencia looking out wide to Corte, driving down their left-hand side. Are we able to deal with this? Good tackle from Van Dorm. He goes inside to De Gea's maker. Lose it, though, in a poor area. Corte now. A little bit of room for him here. Van Dorm wins it back once again. Brilliant play from our defensive midfielder. Dorka now finds De Gea's maker. He finds Perzin, driving out into the penalty area. He shoots. Pretty comfortable save, though, in the end for Bacca. 4 minutes on the clock. Positive start from us here. Having a quick glance at the league table, it looks like this game is our game in hand, so we do need to be winning this one realistically to set in the gap back to 7 points, which would obviously be very nice as Van Dorm picks up the ball here on the edge of our area, gives it away though, and now can drop with a potential penalty shout, and the penalty is given. Eugenia with the clumsy foul in the area. The commentary said it was a harsh decision. Can Borgmans come up with a big save in this one? Fortes stands over it. He shoots. The keeper guesses the right way. Unfortunately, he isn't able to keep it out, and Jeffrey Fortes has his second goal of the season. We find ourselves 1-0 down after 22 minutes. I'm going to stick it on attacking. I can't remember the last time we actually lost a game of football. I think we've only lost 1 or 2 all season. He dived early and just kind of dived over the ball there. It looked like a really harsh penalty shout in my opinion, but we find ourselves behind to a team who were either bottom or second bottom. I think they were bottom before kick-off, so we need to be really getting back into this one. As Diaby Fadiga with a good chance, and if that man's not taking a chance from 7 yards out, it feels like it's going to be a long day. Half an hour gone, we find ourselves 1-0 down. Well, approaching half-time, we're creating chances, but nothing really clear-cut as of right now, as Eugenia will have a throw in here. He finds Van Dorm. I've been very impressive so far in today's game. Diaby Fadiga gets us back in the game, though, with his 21st goal of the season. It's such a shame this man is only here on loan, because he's been absolutely brilliant so far this season. Great ball in from Eugenia, who makes up with giving the penalty away, with a fantastic ball in. Diaby Fadiga, pretty much unmarked, unchallenged, finds the back of the net. A big goal to get back just before half-time. We'll give him some more encouragement as well. Get into the break. I'm still going to tell them they've been absolutely shocking, because drawing to a team who were second or third bottom is absolutely embarrassing. Far from pleased. They all look fired up. Get underway for the second half, and hopefully they can kick on now and get the 3 points. We need 3 points. If there's nothing done by the next 5 minutes or so, that's when I will look to make some changes, because we can't be accepting this. Nothing seems to be happening in the first 15 minutes, so substitutions are now going to be made. I'm going to go 2 up front. We're going to get De Gea's maker off, and we are going to bring on Banis to come on and play as a pressing forward. We're also going to bring off Perzin, who's not really having a great game. We're going to bring on Rotier on that right-hand side, see what he can do as a winger. Dorka's also going to come off because he's not playing too good, and Valdevilla's potentially going to come on. Yeah, we'll get Valdevilla on in that centre of midfield as a deep line playmaker. We've still got 2 more changes left, so we are going to bring off... See, Gonter is on a yellow card, but he's playing well, so I don't really want to bring him off, to be honest with you. We'll get Pienenberg off. I still don't know how you pronounce his name. So we'll get Oostenbrink on at centre half, and final change of the game. I think we're going to leave it for now. We might get Dalhaus on for Koku. For now, though, we'll leave it. We might leave it another 5 or 10 minutes or so. See if these boys can hopefully grab a goal or create something, because nothing's really happening right now. Fortes with a throw in here. The goal scorer for the opposition. He finds Valencia and he clips it into the box. Gonthert deals with that one, though. Valdevilla now over the top looking for Diaby Fadiga. Driving down our left-hand side in a bit of space here. Not really got too much support, so he's going to look to go alone into the penalty area. He holds it up, goes down there, but the former FC Eindhoven player deals with it fairly well there. Gonthert, look how brilliant he has been. Finds Rotier on off the bench. Can he find a ball into the box, into the penalty area here? He cuts back, finds Valdevilla on the edge, cleared off the line from Fortes. What a game that man is having. Scored a goal of his own. Denied us of a clear goal there. Koku is now going to come off, and we're going to bring Dalhaus on that left-hand side as a winger. We're actually going to change him, though, to be an inside forward. Eugenia is now going to be an attacking wing-back, and Rigo is now going to be an attacking wing-back as well. We're going more attacking. We really, really need a goal. fingers crossed we can find it in this last 10 minutes or so. Throwing here for the opposition deep in our half here. De Jong picks it up and he plays that 1-2. Bazar Onal goes all the way back into Fortes. The man who scored the penalty here lays it off to Faber. Shoots from distance and somehow that has crept in. I feel like Cas Faber is a former one of our players and he's potentially scored the winner here. That is really, really poor goalkeeping. Borgmans has got to do so much better with that. The shot didn't really have too much power in it. I mean, he shouldn't be allowed that much space on the edge of the box. We can't block it, but I think that is really, really poor goalkeeping. He should not be getting beaten from there with a shot like that. I'm pretty sure, though, the goal scorer there, Cas Faber, he actually played for us at the start of the season. I'm pretty sure he did, didn't he? And we let him go there on a free transfer because we didn't think he was going to be good enough. And he's popped up with a winner, probably. Oh, how frustrating, isn't it? What a way to return to this series. I haven't played this save in nearly a week, and as soon as I come back, we get hit with what's probably going to be a defeat, unless we come up with an equaliser here later on. Van Dorm can't get onto the end of that cross, and the opposition have a chance here to clear it, but Dalhaus intercepts, driving into the penalty area. He chips it over the keeper, and Jasper Dalhaus capitalises on a mistake. Our unbeaten run is not going to be ending today as we pop up with a last-minute equaliser. It's still a bit embarrassing that we're celebrating an equaliser against a team who was second or third bottom, but in the context of how the game's gone, I'll take that in the end. It keeps our unbeaten run alive. Good for the confidence of Dalhaus again, who's going to be starting the next game now. He's come up with a goal in there. Brilliant composure as well to say it's the last minute, and we'll absolutely take that. I'm still not happy that it's a draw, but it's a point closer to where we want to be. We are now 5 points clear rather than 7, so overall we have dropped 2 points over this game week. I'm not happy though. We're not good today. We should be winning that sort of match, but we're going to the next game now. I can't quite remember who it's against, but I think it's at home. I want to say it's against VVV Venlo. They're currently 10th in the table. 5 point gap though between us and Willem 2, and there's a 12 point gap between us and Roger JC, which is obviously very nice. Let's get into the second game then of today's episode. Here we have it then. Here's how we line up for today's match at home to VVV Venlo. For the remainder of the matches, I'm just going to call them Venlo though, because I don't want to be saying V 4 times in the space of 4 letters. But a couple of changes then from the last match. Unfortunately, Borgmans does keep his place in between the sticks with Bertram still going to be out for another 2 to 5 weeks. Into the back four then, we've got Seedorf, Pienenberg, Gonther and Rijo. We've got Van Dorm and Valdevia in the midfield. Dorka does drop to the bench, but if he plays one more match, which he is obviously going to do in the league, then he will be set for his extra year. Not really too sure how many more Valdevia is. He's 2 away from his 10 appearance and then gets the extra year. But we got Rotier coming in on the right hand side with Dalhaus as promised starting on the left. De Geer's Maker, who's not really been performing too well over the last couple of matches. He starts in the number 10 with obviously Diaby Fadiga up front with his 21 goals so far this season, averaging a 7.42 in his last 5 matches. Apart from that, the bench is the usual bench. Let's get underway for today's game. Fingers crossed it can be another 3 points. We need to get back to winning ways after what is ultimately a really, really disappointing result in the last game. Drawing away from home regardless to second or third bottom is still really, really frustrating. The January transfer window is approaching. The next episode that you will see will be our final game in January, our January transfer deadline day, and then the first game in February on top of any business that does officially go through in at that time. Let's get underway though for today's game. All our focus is on today's match and picking up another 3 points and getting back to winning ways as Rotier finds De Geer's Maker. A bit of space for him here on our right hand side. Bit of a crowded area, but he managed to find Seedorf. Van Dorm now. He goes inside to Valdevia. Rare opportunity for him to start, and he plays a great ball through into Diaby Fadiga, who gets on the end of it, but that's a brilliant block in the end. We will have a corner ball though here. 3 minutes on the clock. Can our new set piece routine work well? As Rotier will take this right foot outswing, looking for the back post. That is cleared away though, and Rigo now picks it up. He goes into Seedorf. Bit of time, loads of time for him here actually. Goes out wide into Rotier. Can he beat his man? Looking to go 1v1. He managed to work a bit of space, but that is going to go out for another corner. Good defending in the end from Jensen. Free kick here on the edge of the Venlo area. The ball is hammered forward there. Rigo underneath it. De Geer's Maker now looking for Dalhaus. Doesn't get on the end of that though. Kind of bottles the tackle against Decker. Hughesman goes into Venema. Great ball through, and that is a fantastic strike. Rattles the crossbar. Good opportunity there for Venlo. 9 minutes on the clock. It's been an action-packed start to today's game, but as of right now, it's still goalless. Well, we had a fairly action-packed first 10-15 minutes or so, but since then, nothing has happened. Unfortunately, though, Sven Van Dorm's just gone down with an injury, a potential foot injury. That's not ideal, as he's our only real ball-winning midfielder, so I'm not really too sure what we're going to do here. We are going to bring on Dorka, so he is now officially going to get his extra year. We're going to play him as a defensive deep-line playmaker, and then Valdevia as a defensive midfielder. Actually, we play him as a defensive midfielder, and Dorker as a supportive deep line playmaker. That's obviously not ideal. I've also seen Willem have taken the lead against the team we played in the last game, so the gap is now cut to 3 points. As much as at the start of the episode we're thinking, 7 points, we're cruising. It's now only 3 points, and we suddenly don't know how to score. Half time at 0-0. We'll get underway for the second half. If we don't win this game, I'm thinking about changing the formation potentially for the next couple of matches, as we do finally have another highlight in today's game. It is Valdivia who picks up the ball after another good tackle there from Gonther. I've been very, very impressed with what I've seen from the German central defender. Seedorf looking over the top for Rottier. He doesn't really stand too much of a chance of winning that, but he wins on the second ball. Rottier ball in, looking for Lamine Diaby Fadiga. Evan Rottier, with his first start in a long, long time, wins the ball back after what was originally a poor ball from Seedorf. Great ball into the box, and it's Lamine Diaby Fadiga with his 22nd goal of the season. We're not even in 2023 yet on this game save. Rottier with a brilliant ball in. Diaby Fadiga with its left foot, right foot, or with his head will find the back of the net, and we take the lead in today's game. Our lead at the top is extended to 5 points once more as a corner comes into the box, and that is the corner set piece routine that we've been working on in the training ground. Looking for Diaby Fadiga at the back post, and he's come up with 2 goals in 5 minutes. Valdivia with a great ball in towards the back post. Diaby Fadiga works a space for himself. Brilliant header. The keeper stands absolutely no chance. That is a fantastic header. Andy Cook-esque to find the back of the net, and it's FC Eindhoven 2, VVV Venlo 0, and we are in a brilliant position right now. With 20 minutes or so left on the clock, we will now make our substitutions. Pienenberg is on a yellow card, so he's going to come off for Giebels, I'm not really too sure. Gonther is also going to come off though for Oostenbrink. In terms of our other changes, I mean, Dalhaus, well, he did well in the last game. He's not really done too much in this one, so we're going to bring Banis on at that left-hand side. And final change of the game, Brim is going to come on in the 10 role for De Geer's maker, and we're going to play him as a shadow striker. 2-0 up. We're in a pretty comfortable position. I expected to see the game out from this point, to be honest with you. Free kick here for the opposition. Ball clips over the top, looking for their left winger. Seedorf should deal with that. Bit of a poor clearance, so the ball is hammered back into our box. We do deal with that one though. Banis now, poor clearance, and Rottier can't quite get on the end of that. He is on a yellow card though, so don't be committing any fouls, as Coughlin will send the ball forward here. Hughesman gets underneath that, but that should be easy for Borgman to deal with. Just under 3 minutes left on the clock, hoping that we run the clock down, slow the tempo of this game down, as Borgmans rolls the ball short, and it is Dorker who goes back into Borgmans. He goes into Oostenbrink on off the bench, finds Valdivia. He goes into Rigo, bit of time here, and he goes down the line looking for Banis, cuts inside from the left, switches the play out wide into Evan Rottier. Already got 1 assist in today's game. Can he beat his man? He gets a ball into the box. Brim can't quite get there, but a penalty is awarded as Brim was tripped on off the bench, the low knee, and is the referee going to dismiss Dirks here? He goes over to have a word with him. It doesn't like he's going to reach for a second yellow, but he is in the end. Little bit of a delay. Sem Dirks is sent off. VVV Venlo down to 10 men. Diaby Fadiga misses his penalty though. Wow, that is not something that I expected. Diaby Fadiga denied a hat-trick late on in today's game, but is he going to let that affect him? Can we get a goal from this one? As this side is the near-post corner tactic. Giebels can't get on the end of that one though, and it does eventually go out for a goal kick. I don't really know how you pronounce that. Is it Giebels? I'm not really too sure, to be honest with you. But Brim, the winner of the penalty, eventually wins the ball, and he finds Diaby Fadiga. Rottier now finds Brim in on goal. Can he finish? He's taking it a little bit wide. In the end, it is a pretty comfortable save for Zimmer. I don't know where all this action has suddenly come from. In the first 15 and the last 15 minutes of both halves, suddenly it just became loads of action, but in the middle bit, nothing really happened. Unfortunately, Diaby Fadiga was denied a hat-trick, but he comes up with 2 brilliant goals to see us pick up 3 points, get back to winning ways. Our gap is now 5 points at the top of the table. In the end, a very, very nice position to be in. It does now mean though that Valdivia gets his extra year. Oh no, Valdivia is... what's going on here? After featuring the last match, yeah, Valdivia will eventually get his extra year. Nothing said though here about Dorker getting his extra year. Dorker is now officially here until the end of next season, so a little bit of transfer news for you there. Valdivia by the next episode will have that as well, so if I forget to tell you, just remember this point in the video. But anyway, that is where I'm going to leave it for today's video. If you have enjoyed, please make sure to drop a like on there for me. If you could try and hit 20 likes. As I said at the start of today's video, that'd be massively appreciated. Sven van Dorm is going to be out for 4 to 5 weeks with a twisted ankle. That's not ideal. Subscribe if you are new as well. We are on the road to 700 subscribers, so please make sure you are subscribed. If you haven't already, with that post notification bell on, it's free to do so and it does massively help out. Don't forget as well to drop a comment in down in the comment section down below to help boost the video in the YouTube algorithm. FC Eindhoven's 12-game unbeaten from Monday the 12th of September is a new Dutch second division record. That's very nice. Thank you very much for watching today's video though. Have a great rest of your day and I'll see you all very soon for another episode. Peace.